Even though this is going to be an inner join, it's worth talking about what's referred to as self-joins. This is when you need to join from one table back to the same table, typically for a hierarchy. We spoke a little bit about hierarchies in the lesson on relational database design, so here you'll see the actual code. Using the family database, because it's the database with a genealogy, this is a query that's going to show us all of Audrey's children. And because Audrey is a person in the person database, and so are the children, we will have to reference the person database twice, once to find Audrey, once to find all of her children. Let's go ahead first of all and just test to see what is the person ID for Audrey. And it comes back as 6. A little more room here for the results. So in this query, beginning in the from clause, notice that we're looking at the person table twice. The first time, from DBO person, we will be able to refer to that table as the person table in the query. The second time, when we're joining back to the same table again, and this time we give it an alias, so the second time we refer to person, it will have the name of mother, because we're going to be referring to the mother. And we're connecting these two references to the same table by the mother ID equals the person ID. So here's the person version of that table. And it doesn't duplicate the data or anything, it's just another reference to the table. And we'll look at the mother ID column, which is the ID of that person's mother. And we'll join that to the actual person ID for the second copy of the table, which we're calling the mother table. Let's look at this graphically. So even though physically it's one table, we're going to be able to look at it twice within this query. And wherever there's a row that has a mother ID that matches up with the person ID, we're going to be able to match up between that person or the child and the mother looking at the mother's ID. Then we restrict the query so we only find those rows where the mother is Audrey, and this will return her children. A similar query, and this one actually breaks it out further, is this query finds each child plus their mother and their father. So, walking through the from clause, the first table is the person table. This will represent every child. Not every person has a father listed in the database. So we're going to do a left outer join so we can include every person whether or not there's a reference to the father listed in this database. And then an inner join with mother. Let's go ahead and see this graphically. Open it up. So here's father ID connecting up to the person ID, mother ID connecting to the mother representation person ID. And this is a good thing to point out as well. When we hover over the actual connection, you'll see that it's an inner join, and then this is a left outer join, and it graphically represents the combination of the intersection plus all the rows on the other side. And if you right-click, the context menu allows you to change the type of outer join here, which is actually pretty cool. So execute this query, open it up. Here is the child. We also pull out their gender, the date of birth, and the full name of the father and the mother.